All right, let's move on to
Have we ever
you're
mentioned
It don't
we
right.
even
hate
sting.
you?
It don't even sting no more.
Sure don't.
He's
We're gonna
hurting my
go.
trust.
I feel flattered that I ever actually had it. Let's go ahead and move on to the second part of this story. So maybe this will make more sense.
We had a fight because when we moved to a new house, my side of the bed was on the far side from the door, and that I needed to be able to stop an attacker. I've been yelled at for abandoning them when I take a shower in the morning before work and they start crying, or if she's sleeping in and one begins crying while I'm changing the other, and it takes me a minute to finish. I totally understand this is a fight or flight, and I'm not trying to Monday morning quarterback. I have not critiqued, let alone criticized her. The closest was when I was surprised when she told me she had left the girls. Other than that call, or when I came home and she was annoyed that we don't have security cameras, we haven't really talked about it. Update. Long story short, things are not going well. I feel like I'm an airplane pilot who's trying to land a plane while it's disintegrating around me, and that the time is now for me to bail out. Since the last post, I've tried really hard to support her. I think I've been doing what I can to support her in the past. Anytime she wants to leave, she can. I do the lion's share of the chores at home. That means laundry, cooking, groceries, and morning and bedtime routine for the boys. We do an informal system for the dishes and the daughters. It's close to 50-50 on that. I also pay all the bills and handle all the extracurriculars. One comment that people made was that she just gave birth 8 months ago and that I should be more sympathetic. I totally get that, but since she gave birth, she has done 4 10K races, a marathon relay, and goes to a run group and dinner afterwards twice a week. She has also gone to networking events for her business that she's working on. Since that post, we've had numerous issues. We've had more days with screaming matches, and here's a list of some of the issues we've had. She woke up early on Saturday, but didn't wake me or my son up for his early practice. I slept through my alarm. Didn't do anything to help us get ready. Her only question when we came back was how late were we? The moment I came home, she went back to bed. I had all 4 kids by myself, which is fine. I took the kids to the store to run errands. As soon as I came back in, she got in a shower and left, and refused to take any kids despite their cries. She refused to tell us where she was going.
Yeah, wait, there's more because there was another sentence coming up that you didn't give us time to read.
No, that was the comments that was coming afterwards. So no,
He
that's it.
sure does keep a. He sure is petty. If this is real, which I still say it's not, he's petty.
How's he petty? She's like she's cheating on him.
I don't think she's cheating on him. I just think she's irrelevant. She's not into this marriage.
He's up there keeping lists. Well, she didn't wake me up. Well, set your
If
flipping
you're
alarm.
living the list, you're gonna remember the list. That's not petty.
Petty.
And if you're heading towards divorce, you definitely have a list.
Okay, let me go ahead and sum this up real quick then, Tracy. Because I even said this to Foxy. Um, we're getting a divorce, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why we're getting a divorce. You absolutely add no value whatsoever to this marriage. None.
Got that part I agree with.
None. You don't pay any bills. You barely take care of the kids. And the only time that you take care of the kids is because I'm not here. As soon as I get here, you leave. You do not do any chores. Let me explain that part. If I'm doing all the chores and then we're gonna divvy up the one chore, which is washing dishes, sweetie, you have no value whatsoever in this marriage.
That's
Um,
foul. I don't know about that one, dog.
no, you have no value whatsoever. You have given no value whatsoever in this marriage at all. On top of that, let me go one step further. I dare you to sit here and say, "Oh, well, if you do so, then I'm going to take the kids." I give you a month before you hand the kids back over to me. You don't even want to be a mother.
Now I'm
You
not
are
gonna
you
go
are
that
gone.
far.
You are gone, gone. You love the convenience of everything that's surrounding you. You're not at this point in time. I'm not going to put words in her mouth or in her head. I'm just going by her actions. You're not being a mother. You're being a babysitter. because as soon as I get home, you leave. Like the hell. Like you're just there to make sure the house ain't burnt down or the kids don't starve to death. As soon as I get home, okay, I'm out. Going back to bed, going out with my friends. See ya. See you when I get back. Like you give no value whatsoever to this marriage whatsoever. If I'm doing everything, I can do everything without you because, and that's not being arrogant, it's being realistic to say, because I've been doing it all this time anyway. You're just in the house. So if you're not here, cool. One less mouth for me to feed. I'll figure everything out anyway, including replacing you with a babysitter. No. Not a chance. This has nothing to do with the fight or flight situation. The second part of this video is I need somebody that's in this with me. You have been gone. And since you're gone, let's make it official. But no, I'm not gonna waste my time.
And this is a prime example of how we get to the same place, but follow completely different paths to get there.
Yep.
Bro, nobody says she's wife of the year.
Excuse me.
He's still petty.
Well, I think they're headed towards a divorce. So at that point, you know, because I know when I was at that point going through that for me, yeah, there's a list. Like you start keeping a list, which is really when you know it's about over, right? When you are keeping track of what someone is or ain't doing.
Too loudly. He smacked his food.
No, Tracy.
No, it's not that, but like definitely when you start keeping track like that. But I was just gonna say, yeah, they need to get a divorce just because they don't have a functional marriage. Where I don't ride with, because I think they don't have a functional marriage because I think she's cheating.
Wow.
But I'm just saying, if I come home, you hop in the shower and then you dip about the house.
But she's starting a business.
She got a work from home business. What are you talking about? So I come home, you hop in the shower, you disappear. You're always out with your friends going clubbing, and you got kids, right? So for me, don't create questions where questions don't currently exist. And this is just a recipe for making the other person feel like they don't know what's going on in the relationship. So just call it a day. That's why I'm saying we end up at the same place. You know, the marriage is not healthy or good. Yeah, so that's where we would land. But like where I detract, one of the ways I detract from what you were saying, Marlon, is I don't think that relationships are so transactional. So there is a strong case. You don't do any chores, and I pay all the bills. Okay, well, me paying all the bills was an agreement we had anyway because I make the most money, and you work from home to take care of the kids, and you are at home taking care of the kids. So that washes out. Like you're doing what you're supposed to do, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Where I agreed with you, though, is these two don't seem to have anything going on between each other. But you were placing it, or in your explanation anyway, you were placing it as, I got to do all the chores, I got to pay all the bills, and I got to take care of the kids. What do I need you for? And I'm like, there's another layer to this, another level to this relationship, which is the marriage part. Were you there for me when I'm sick? Are you there for me? Do you know my fears? Are you there to make me feel comfortable? You know, there's all these things which to me would be what would drive a divorce. Yeah, right? You not being transactionally active will piss me off and will lead us towards this next part. But what will actually be the undoing? Oh, here's the saying that I learned with my first divorce, with my first marriage. Only had one. If your reason for staying together isn't each other, your reason for leaving will be.
Yep, now that's true.
Here's the only thing that I push back on, Theus. It's not even a pushback. I don't want it to sound like what I said was transactional. I agree with you on that. It was transactional. What what I was trying to get to was when I come home and the family unit is together, I would rather you say, "Oh, daddy's home, my husband's home. Let's get the kids down. Let's play with the kids together. You do this and I do this and everything else. We work as a unit since you are now home." I agree with you. You have been home all day and taking care of the kids. Now, I would, and this is how I would explain myself. The same way I'm getting on this woman, the same thing I would get on the man. If you come home and lay on your butt and look at TV and all you want is dinner on the table and everything else, and everybody leave me alone, you just as bad as what I just said about the wife. No, bruh, this ain't it. That ain't that. No, you got a job to do too. You got a family. Figure it out.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's, and this has just hit me. So they aren't properly balanced, okay? Which is why I say they need to go their own separate ways. But because she's not even interested in counseling, so there's only so much you can do, right? At a certain point. But there is something to be said about these are 4 children, 2 of which are under the age of 1.
Yeah.
Her ass tired. Okay, so when you come home, you've been away working. Here we go. You've been away working for the last 10 hours, and you're tired from doing your job, justifiably so. She has been at home working her job for 10 hours. Now her ass tired too.
Yeah.
One of the big differences is, you missed out while you have to go to work and deal with all the stuff at the office. You're missing out on quality time with your children. Right? We all paint ourselves as the victim and everything. I'm missing out on my time with the children. You get to play with them and see them grow and see the first steps and all the little wonderful things. I miss all of that, because I have to go to the office, right? So you say that shit, but that means she's got 10 hours, no adult conversation.
You miss all the tears. You miss all the tantrums.
Right? She is isolated by herself. When you're at work, you got coworkers. You can get up and go to the break room. You know all it.
Yep.
Not saying your job ain't hard. I'm just saying that we have 2 different views of reality at the time. So when you come home, oftentimes the person who stays at home, the person who comes home from work, it's like, why won't you stop talking to me? Give me 20 minutes to calm down from being at work, and then I'll talk to you. But the other person's like, I'm the star for a conversation.
Yeah, I want to talk to an adult. I want to talk to an adult.
So what they may have needed to do is, all right, let's work this out. Obviously, you want to work. Okay. So, and obviously I make enough money that I can pay all the bills. So how about we do this? You go get a job. I will pay for a nanny.
Yeah.
There we go.